Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Special. Happy Thursday afternoon. Hope we're all okay. Hope we're all right. I hope days treat you well. Obviously, match day. Galatasaray away. 5:45 kickoff. So just over 5 hours time now to kick off. Day seems to be rocketing through. Yeah, obviously, last minute thoughts ahead of the game. We'll be talking about, some of the stuff that some Galatasaray fans have told me about the team, which is more than welcome. To ignore the thumbs up. I don't know why it's there. They've given me some updates on the team. What should we expect? Obviously, there's some Ange quotes, there's some Solanke quotes that I want to kind of go through. And yeah, I've had a bit of a change of mind. You'll see what I mean when I get there. Just want to say, if you're watching this, you're new, subscribe. You're very much will join us for the journey. Buzzing for European footy being back. Let's go. Absolutely, Dan. Afternoon Spurs. Afternoon Barney. Evening here. Barney, where are you? Tell me where you are. In a general way. So look, Galatasaray away. Obviously, we talked about it a couple of times this week, and I think it's a big game in terms of if you were to win this game, hypothetically win this game, you are very much in a position where you're near enough qualified already for the next round of the Europa League. And when you think about it, you're playing Elfsborg at home. You should win that game. That would be 15 points, right? That would be enough. If you lose this game, the world and the sky isn't going to fall, is it? Okay, Galatasaray is not a gimme. It's like Arsenal losing yesterday. You're losing to Inter Milan. They're the champions of Italy. That's not, the sky doesn't fall from that. Losing away to Sporting Lisbon for Man City, it's not, the sky isn't going to fall for that, okay? Villa lost to Club Brugge yesterday and they're rubbish, but the sky does not fall. So it's not going to fall for us if we were to lose this game. Galatasaray are no mugs. They are a well-respected European side, and they do have some very exciting, very talented players. We had some fans even in this community saying, "Why are we not going for Osimhen? We should go for Osimhen. Spend the 120 million to get him." And obviously, that was never going to be the right play. But that's a player that some of our fans really, really like. When you think about Dries Mertens, tons of European experience. Mauro Icardi, tons of European experience. If you think about Torreira, you got Premier League experience even with obviously European experience. There's a lot of European experience in that team, a lot of very big international players as well. So look, it's not going to be an easy one. And Osimhen should play, Icardi should play. So you'll be playing two up front. So when I talked about my key battle being your Dragoshin and your Ben Davies, now we should be sitting there going, yeah, that should be the key battle. Their strikers, our centre backs, that's the key battle. When we think about the midfield, I'd say that is a position though. Spurs should get on the ball tonight. We should be able to get on the ball. We probably should have more possession as well. So what you do with that is another story. I expect the midfield to probably be the strongest part of our team. I expect to see Basuma. I expect to see potentially a Bentancur, and I expect to see, maybe a Bentancur we'll see, but I expect to see, Bergvall and Madders. I expect to see Madders tonight. I think Madders does start. I think Madders will be very important today, especially getting on the ball. The odd winning of a foul, but also to create. And I think we're going to get an opportunity to create today. It's what you do with it. It's what counts. You're in Malaysia. Nice, Barney. Morning, Azempic. Hey, Baz, mate. How are you? If we win against Galatasaray and Roma, I think we can win this thing. I think we can win this thing anyway, regardless if we beat them or not. But we'll beat Roma. Richarlison start, gives Solanke rest. Richarlison's out for 4 weeks, mate. Lancashire double. Ooh, Barney's threatening us all with a good time. But there's some key things here. Let's talk about what Ange and Solanke said. Ange said that they're a very good team. They've got very good individual players, but that's what you expect when you play a top European side. He goes on to talk about, through the Europa League, we've rotated as a team, as we've seen. Obviously, we're playing 3 games a week at the moment and have been since the start of the season. We've pretty much used all our squad, but that's worked well because players have come in and been fit because they're playing football regularly. We'll make changes, but again, it's about making sure we have a team out there that we believe can match the opposition and get a result for us. So that's quite an interesting thought process, because I kind of thought they're definitely gonna be looking to maybe get some rotation in. And I thought, Ben Davies and Dragoshin at centre half, Forster in goal, Gray at left back, Porro at right back, Basuma, Bergvall, Maddison, And the front three, I was really struggling. I mean, Moore's not playing. Moore's not with the squad because of illness, so he's not going to be in there. So Timo Werner on the left, I think, is probably one of the safest bets. I think Solanke probably actually starts. And I think Johnson starts. And I think Son maybe on the bench. Come on, 20, 30 minutes to go if you need him. I think maybe that's the way they go today. But I actually think we're going to go stronger than I previously expected. I don't know what you guys think listening to that quote. Do you think, from what you thought the team was a couple of days ago when we did the preview, do you expect the team to actually be probably stronger than you think in terms of the Spurs team? Not Galatasaray, Spurs. Do you expect the Spurs team to be stronger? Werner's injured. Apologies. You're right. I've been an idiot. So the team is going to be quite strong. You would have to agree. And I think Kulusevski is going to get minutes off the bench. I don't think Kulusevski will start, but I think maybe Kulusevski off the bench, half an hour to go. He could play on the right. He could play in the centre, that kind of vibe. Hey, Cozy, mate. How are you? Sydney, best from Melbourne. Nice. I loved Melbourne, Sydney. I thought it was awesome. Awesome little city. Hey, Dean, mate, how are you? Looking forward to expecting surprises from Spurs. Limited winger options. Have to go with Son Johnson. Hopefully no injuries. Hey, Sonia, how are you? This is going to be a hard test, honestly. Morning Fishing Plots, mate, how are you? Time for Madison to repay the faith. Expecting a stronger team. Yeah, I think this game is going to cry out for someone to grab it by the scruff of the neck. And, I think we'd all sit there and go, it's going to be Son, because you look at the leader of the team, the captain of the team, to show up and show out. And Son has hit some form. I say hit some form. He played well in the last game. He was injured, obviously, before that. But, in and around sort of the last few games, he's obviously had a pretty decent time. I mean, 6 goal contributions in 7 games. It's pretty damn good. I think every footballer in the world would take that pretty much, barring prime Messi and prime Ronaldo. I think everyone else would take that. Maybe not Harry Kane, actually. Harry Kane's the only one that maybe wouldn't do, because the guy is way above 1 on that front. So, when I look at this sort of game, yeah, I think Son will be starting, and I think Solanke will be starting, and I think Johnson will be starting. Now, what they might do is they might go, look, we got Son, we've got Johnson. Why don't we start Lancashire? Because you've still got 2 experienced guys. I think Johnson's not experienced, but has got some experience. You got those 2 guys. You can play Lancashire through the centre, and then half an hour to go, you go Solanke if you need. Maybe that's the route they go. I expect them to start Solanke, but I'm just saying that could be a route they may go. I mean, defence-wise, the centre-halves are the centre-halves. No one's going to sit there and go, I don't think that's right, Andy. It's Davies and Dragic. Let's be real here. It's going to be those 2. The key thing is, and I'd love to, let's do this, because I don't see both fullbacks, the main fullback, starting. So I want to get what you guys say. We'll do it a little poll. So who do you think is going to start? Because I think one of them will start. I'm keen to know, if you had to pick one, which one's going to start between Destiny Adoghi and Pedro Porro. Have a little vote in that poll. I've just put it up there now. Have a little vote in the poll. We need to rest Kulu, Johnson, even give Solanke a bit of rest, as these players will be off on internationals. Yeah, I think if you go out and you do what you should do against Ipswich, they should get minutes to rest. Key being word should. But for me, I think the starting, I would start Porro, and I'd had Gray at left back, to be honest. I think Destiny could do with having a week off. The guy seems to never get any rest, which it's not his fault, obviously. And maybe we had an extra centre half in the squad, Davies would go play left back, and you'd have Dragic in the other centre back playing right now. And then Gray would go out left back. But I think Gray will go and play left back, so he can be with Davies, good experienced head next to him. Maddison as well, good experienced head in front of him. Sonny on the left. He's going to be surrounded by experience. And, you think Davies has got plenty of European experience. Sonny, plenty of European experience. He's going to be surrounded by some experience, which is nice. I think Porro starts. That game today screams Pedro Porro intensity, and I'm all for that. Beer and cold pizza ready for 4:30 a.m. kickoff. Oh, Sydney. Oh, I like that. 5:45 p.m. here, and I'm not going to be on the beers and pizza, but I bloody love that you are. Hell, I mean, it's Friday tomorrow for you, to be fair, so I like that. Hype for the game. Laser. Laser, Galatasaray fan? Am I correct in saying? I remember the profile. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I am wrong, apology. Oh, you are. There you go. Well, there you go. You got a Galatasaray fan that told me Osimhen is going to start today. So I learned from a wise Galatasaray fan. So thank you, Laser. By the way, thank you for that. So I think Gray will start left back. I think Basuma will start because Basuma's not played big minutes recently in the league, so I think he will feature. Will they? This is the key thing. Will he trust Bergval? Because I think Madison starts by because Madison not played a lot of minutes. Madison's quite fresh. You play Madison. Will he trust Bergval, or will he think Bentancur? Maybe Bentancur starts this one, or does he go Kulu? Does he go for it? Does he just think, do you know what? Ipswich at the weekend on Sunday, we should beat them. Keyword should. I think stick. Does he go with the strongest team? And I genuinely thought he would rotate quite heavily for this game, but due to the injuries and due to what Ange said, I actually think he's going to go a lot stronger than I personally imagined previous to that. Slanky wise though, Slanky talking. He goes, I feel great. Obviously, we've got a lot of games this season, which we want to do, but obviously there's a lot of competitions we want to do well in and go for. So we're going to need everyone. But for me personally, I'm quite a fit person. I like to work hard. So I think with the staff that we got, everyone's looking out for us and make sure we get right for each game. So we're thankful for that. So that's interesting. That's giving me the vibe. He's good to start, which I think, let's be honest, he's going to be needing to start. That's neither here nor there. I mean, we've got next to nobody else to play, but I think he will. I think he'll be ready to go, and I actually think he will start today. Yeah, I think Slanky's going to start. So you guys reckon Porro's going to start? I think I agree with you guys. Porro start. Give Destiny a bloody game off. You know what I mean? If we were to lose one, I would rather rest the big players tonight and lose and keep the pressure on the top four race and beat Ipswich. I obviously don't want to lose any game. Well, yeah, no one wants to lose any game, Dean. But yeah, if you're going to go one way, you go, this would be the game and then Ipswich. But I think, like Ange says, we're here to try and win every single game. And I think that's the mentality that I took myself out of. And this is why we do the last minute thoughts, by the way, because I think it's important to say, here's what I think the preview is going to be. Here's the team that I think it's going to be. And I actually think now it's like, oh, actually, listening to Ange, listening to Lanky, scrap that. We're going stronger. And to be fair, I think about it. You played Sunday. You've got a few days rest. A lot of those guys, could, in theory, play minutes. I mean, if I go back to Spurs versus Aston Villa, and what I want to do is I just want to check when people came off. So Destiny got 10 minutes worth of rest. Richie obviously came on for Sonny. So Sonny came off in the 55th minute. I remember that. Davies obviously for Romero, which by the way, Romero has a chance to play at the weekend. Fair play. And Bentancur came off in the 56th minute for Basuma. So yeah, one of those two starting. Basuma or Bentancur, I think will start. And then I think he goes Bergval and I think he goes Madison. Yeah, I think that's the way it goes. Laser's giving us a predicted 11. 4-3-1-2. Muslera, Khan, Davinson. Laser, can you, obviously on a Spurs channel, Davinson Sanchez, former Spurs centre-back. What do you think of him, Laser? Keen to know what you think. But Davinson's Bardaki, Barish Yilmaz, Torreira, Sara, Akgun, Mertens, Osimhen, Icardi. Interesting. Now, am I right in saying Barish Yilmaz has had to feature in at right back a little bit as well recently due to injuries? I think it's 3-4-1-2, sorry. But yeah, I think Barish Yilmaz has been featuring a fullback a little bit. So that's what I've been doing a little bit of research on Galatasaray. I could be doing the wrong research. And this is where Laser comes in and goes, mate, you're an idiot. This is what it is. Or I've been doing some right research. Why we haven't got extra firepower to come on and change the game if needed? Well, that's the thing. That's why I don't think you start Kulusevski. I think Kulusevski maybe off the bench gives you a little bit of something. Lancashire obviously can score a goal or two. And then I think you're limited. I really do think you're limited. I could see a situation today that Kulusevski will come on for Son and Johnson will go out on the left, or Kulu featuring on the left. And I think Solanke for Lancashire at some point today. I think that's the place they go with it. I know Maddison, in theory, could play left if you truly wanted him, but it's not ideal. Obviously, it's not his best position. Obviously, there are youngsters in there. Ironically, I never saw a better defender playing for Galatasaray. He has different impact. We love him. Great high line pressing, good long balls. He scores a lot of headers. Laser, you wouldn't believe it. A lot of people at Spurs didn't like Davinson Sanchez, my friend. So I'm really happy for Davinson that he's found a home for the fans to love him. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so happy for him. I always thought Davinson had such ability. Passing was always his issue, but as an out-and-out defender, I never had any issues with Davinson. Good in the air, pacey. Ironically, would suit Ange if he could play out with the ball a little bit more. He actually would suit Ange to the absolute T. If he was just a bit better with the ball, because he's pacey, good in the air, physical, can catch strikers. Yeah, but I'm glad for him though. I'm glad for him, and I actually look forward to seeing Davinson today. I actually do. He's one of those guys that has always loved Spurs. He never caused any issues. Never was a bad egg. He even leaving Spurs never never said anything bad about us. So it's one of those that we like, even though he may not have been great for us. We like. Dean reckons Forster, Gray, Dragajin, Davies, a doggy. Bissouma, Sarr, Bergvall, Son, Solanke, Johnson. I think Maddison will start, Dean. I think Maddison will start, and I don't see a doggy starting. But the rest of it, I don't see Sarr starting. Actually, I like the rest of it. I think Porro will start ahead of a doggy. I think Sarr won't start. I think it'll be Madders, and I think the rest is fine. I think Bergvall will start. Sorry, yeah. Did Odegaard travel? Not as far as more. I think he's still injured. I think he needed a different environment. A lot of South American players like to play in the South. Maybe that's the reason why he plays more freely and doesn't make such mistakes like in Spurs. Well, it's high pressure with Spurs. We weren't going through a good time. I don't think anyone was doing very well for Spurs other than Harry Kane and Heung-Min Son. I think everyone was kind of struggling, Big Ange, how are you, mate? How are you? How you going? So look, really interested about this evening's game. Really looking forward to it. Galatasaray, great atmosphere. Obviously, a game that I think you learn a little bit more about your team. I think you learn a little bit more about the characteristics and attitudes they have. So I'm buzzing for the game tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, like I said, less than 5 hours to go till kickoff. Obviously, I won't be live, but I'm looking forward to it regardless. I love watching Spurs play, even if it's a casual friendly. I love watching Spurs play. That's just me, Does Vuskovic come in January? No, he comes in the summer, mate. We love to play against top six. Oh, mate, you got it. You got it tonight. It's just a shame that Spurs aren't 100% fit for this game. It would have been nice if both teams could really go for it. I'd love to watch this game if both could really go for it. You know what I mean? Tasha's looking sensational, Andy. Big Ange ball. Love it, mate. It's a good reason. It's a good reason I'm doing it. But I also quite like a Tash. A little bit of stubble. Solid Tash. Bosh. The only reason I chose those three in the middle as Madders, Kulu can change the game for the bench. Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe I can see it. It'll be a great atmosphere there. Fantastic atmosphere. Fan safety. I hope everyone is safe in that game, obviously. No, because I know international games, it gets a little bit raucous. It's not because it's Galatasaray or Spurs, but I just think international games can get a little bit raucous. Hopefully it's a good atmosphere. A cracking game. I just want a cracking game of football because I think Galatasaray can give us a cracking game. Our form has picked up since you've grown that. It'll mate, if we continue to play well, it will stay. I will not get rid of it. I hope for a meeting in the final. That would be nice as well, Laser. I'd love to hope for a meeting in the final. Because if you beat us tonight, then we're going to want to get our own back, you see? But hopefully a good game and hopefully Davinson. Do you know what? I hope Davinson plays well. Hope we win, obviously, but I hope Davinson plays well because I like Davinson. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your afternoons. Enjoy the rest of your mornings. Enjoy the rest of your mornings, evenings, wherever you are in the world. Enjoy yourself. I look forward to hopefully speaking to you guys a little bit later. Let's do the match review after the game. We'll do the match review on the channel after the game. Laser, I hope you join us, regardless if you win or lose or draw. Come join us. Chat some rubbish about us if you want. We always chat enough rubbish about Spurs anyway. Enjoy the rest of your days, everyone. I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care, everyone. Peace.